complicated people and complicated relationships. Isn't it wonderful that today, the feast of the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, the church celebrates complicated people in complicated relationships. Jesus, the divine Son to God, the human Son to Mary, the stepson to Joseph, and at times bewildering, baffling, unpredictable, complicated being. Mary, an earthly mother to Jesus, the divinely conceived Jesus, a wife of Joseph with a complicated past. Joseph, a complicated father figure to Jesus, a husband to Mary, because an angel told him in a dream to do this crazy thing and marry her. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, a group of complicated people without substantial means, without a lot of property, without straight as an arrow plans. A group of people who were led this way and that, who were asked to do incredibly hard, emotional, relational work with one another and with others. What a wonderful group to celebrate and emulate. Today's readings are about being in right relationship with one another and with God. The readings tell us to take care of one another, be considerate, let peace control our hearts. Even when it causes great anxiety, as Luke's gospel notes, even when the person acts erratically, as the readings from Sirach tell us, even when you have a justified grievance against someone, as Paul's letter to the Colossians notes, be in right relationship with God and with one another. In word and in deed, be in right relationship with one another. What an order. It sounds so good from a reasonable distance, but in the muck and the mire, it can be difficult to fulfill. Today's readings allude to the fact that it will not be easy. Jesus's way, God's way, is not predictable. It's confusing. Luke's gospel notes, they did not understand what he said to them. The way is complicated. It's not easy to take care of one another in word and in deed, especially those who are different colors, different countries, sexual relationships, sexual orientations, genders, faiths, abilities, people who are complicated. It's much easier to care for things that are easy, safe, uncomplicated. It's not easy to have peace in our hearts when we fear we will lose something that we have or not get something that we think we need. It's not easy to have peace in our hearts when people behave unpredictably, when verbal or physical violence seems to be the default response during the waiting times, during the looking for times. Today celebrates Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, complicated people who behaved in complicated ways, but they loved God, they loved one another, and they loved others. Their humanity probably leaked out in some messy ways, but they kept trying. They kept putting on heartfelt compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. They bore one another and forgave each other. Today's readings offer a compass to us in dealing with complicated people, including ourselves. Let Christ control our hearts. Let us be one complicated body in right relationship with each other, forgiving each other as we have been forgiven, loving with one another as we have been chosen in love. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, the Holy Family, complicated people, pray for us and dwell within us.